What's up, boss? You believe that? Hold on. Do you believe that? Let's go. Doubt y'all and they ain't gonna be personal. You think I'm gonna let them naysay y'all and they ain't gonna get personal.
Buffs Nation, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Hey, I want to get on here, show off a couple things for the channel, talk about Matthew Bedford as well, flipping to Oregon, man. What's up with that? But hey, got some fan mail. You might be a visitor, but you're never a stranger here at Rawhide Media for you, baby. Isn't that what's up? I love it. Thank you so much, Rawhide, for this. Nice little gift that he made just for me. So I really appreciate it. I'm a fan of everything that we got going on here, you know, and I'm just really grateful for your friendship, man. I appreciate it. Love this thing. So y'all go subscribe to Rawhide if you haven't done it yet. Love his football takes. Not only talks Colorado, NFL, college football as well. But hey, let's get into the news. I mean, I'm chilling there, kind of at a meeting at work, but I got Instagram on, got the earpiece in. I'm looking at Chidozie Nwankwo commit to the Buffs on Instagram Live, giving Coach Prime a call, right? But then, and guys, let me know if I'm sounding okay too. You like this new mic? Hopefully I sound better. But then, what happens? I also get a notification that Matthew Bedford is flipping to Oregon. What? What is going on? I'll read his statement. Okay? And hold on. Let me adjust the height of this desk. I didn't have it at the right height. It's driving me crazy. All right, just another couple inches up here, but that'll work. I want to express my deepest gratitude to the University of Colorado and their amazing coaching staff and community for their support and belief in me. The Colorado organization is so amazing that I made my decision too hastily before weighing all my options. However, upon reflection, I believe that the University of Oregon aligns perfectly with my long-term goals, and I'm thrilled to join the Oregon Ducks and contribute my best on and off the field. I'm immensely thankful for everyone who has supported me throughout the journey. The encouragement I've received has been a driving force, and I'm excited to hear about the new chapter ahead. All that I read is that Oregon is giving him a bigger bag. That's just really what it is. And it's hard for me to say, honestly, that I want to do the same thing if I was in his position. Am I incredibly annoyed at this? Yes. But in terms of long-term goals, I mean, he might be able to invest a little bit more, maybe. But could we use a player like Bedford? Yes. Did I think that he was a shoo-in starter right now? No. But you know, this is just part of the game. But I gotta say, guys, what the heck did we ever do to Dan Lanning? what the heck did we ever do? I mean, is that not the most petty thing to be telling a guy, hey, drop this once Nwankwo is dropping his commitment announcement? Like, what is up with the pettiness? We've never had a rivalry with Oregon. They've always kicked our butt since we've been in the Pac-12. I don't get it. Other than that, I think Dan Lanning's just got a little man syndrome. Maybe he was jealous that we still outclicked him, and neither one of us ended up with a Pac-12 title or a college football playoff berth this year. I hope that we can meet at some point in the future, maybe during one of these expanded playoff games, right? But this whole thing is kind of weird to me. It's just weird. But I think, man, Reverend BJ Nelson saying it right here. It's all about the money. I think so. Absolutely. I would imagine that he got a bigger bag from Oregon, but like Dan Lanning, man, like what is your deal? Like, I don't understand it. Great coach. Don't care for the person. But I like having, being a part of maybe a little rivalries developing here, even though it has nothing to do with kind of on what's going on field. I enjoy it, and I'm hoping that this bodes well for us, getting a guy that we've been in a recruiting battle for with Oregon, and that is 4-star, 365-pound high school recruit, offensive lineman, offensive tackle, Shaq McCroy. I believe he's from Alabama, but we have had his services, or we've been bidding for his services. Hopefully we find out on Wednesday where he's going. That could be, this could be a good omen for us. Maybe they're going after Bedford because they know they're not going to get McCroy. I don't really know about that. I guess Bedford was going to play inside, and McCroy is more of an offensive tackle. So, I mean, we're just going to have to see. But I wasn't convinced that Bedford was a starter here coming in. And we got a lot of guys on the interior that are going to battle. Tyler Johnson. We got Tyler Brown. We got Mayers. We'll just have to see. But will Bedford play tackle? I know in Pro Football Focus he graded out. They had him at a guard, but I think in 24/7 they have him as an offensive tackle. So yeah, I wasn't convinced that he was going to start here either. But could we have used somebody like Bedford? Absolutely. But we'll have to see where we move forward with from here. I know I'm in the minority on this. I still feel like Savion Washington is going to be our starting right tackle right now. Maybe Benson beats Savion out for that. We'll just have to see. But I wouldn't be surprised either, if Benson kicks inside. That's just me. But I would love for us to continue to bring in more offensive linemen, hopefully at least 2 or 3 more. And it's a shame. It's a shame we don't get to play Oregon anytime soon. But, it is what it is. Want to cover this as well. Congratulations to our biggest rival, Mike. If you're watching, our friendly Cornhuskers fan, congratulations. The fact that Matt Rule and you guys were able to flip Dylan Raiola to you guys is a big deal. Other quarterback news. Dante Moore going to Oregon as well. Dylan Gabriel is over there. I'm assuming that he's going to be the starter this next year. But, I don't think Dante Moore taking, a redshirt year or whatever, taking a year off to just collect himself again, get in a system like Oregon, learn the offense, not have a lot of pressure put on him after a bad year at UCLA, I think could really benefit him. I don't think Chip Kelly did him any favors with putting him in, then yanking him, essentially having him part of like a 3-man rotation at quarterback throughout the whole year. That can affect your psyche, that can affect your confidence. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him at Oregon. Originally, if I remember correctly, he was committed to Oregon most of his senior year before he flipped to UCLA last signing day. So, this whole thing is going to be quite interesting. And we still got more guys hopping into the portal. Malachi Nelson is in the portal out of USC. Hey, Riley to Notre Dame. I think that's going to be a really good fit for Notre Dame. And I saw that Notre Dame, their offensive coordinator, moved on to another role. So addition by subtraction for you guys. Congratulations, Notre Dame fans. That's absolutely huge. But guys, do not. I imagine that Colorado has known about this for a little while in terms of the Bedford flip. Some say, hey, maybe that's what Shador's tweets were about, his subtweets, over the weekend. I don't know. But we're going to adjust, and we'll have to see how we react. But you got to imagine, you got to know that there's another plan in place, okay? What makes these programs and these coaches so good is that when something not ideal happens, they're able to adjust. They're able to turn their lemons into lemonade. And that's what we're going to do here. What? Lex doesn't like my new mic stand. She's laughing at me. You can't hear this. Can you believe this? You don't like this? Guys, let me know. Do you think this looks cool? Or do I look like a loser up here?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you're laughing at me. I don't know. Hopefully I sound better, guys. Yeah, Stevie Davy, awesome screen name, by the way. He says, I'm straight. I'm good. D. Regula. This some bullshit. Tastes like grapefruit juice, Dave. Man, you guys crack me up. Yeah, it's annoying. See, the mic stand is fire. I don't want to hear it.
You clicked the wrong comment.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. But it's a shame that we don't get to play Oregon because I like this kind of rivalry. I kind of like being hated a little bit.
Play them again?
No, we're going to a new conference. We're going to the Big 12. They're going to the Big 10.
When are we gonna get a chance to do a trick play on them?
I don't know, when we make the college football playoff. Yeah. Fire, and I sound way better. Okay.
I didn't say anything.
I sound way better. All right. Man, you guys are ruthless. Okay, Chase, good to see you, man. Isaiah Walker's our right tackle. Great film. Isaiah Walker now looks like he's going to Texas State, actually. He is no longer on the commitment list, and I think that bodes well for us probably bringing in another offensive tackle or two on the line. That's what I'm hoping for. And guys, let's not forget, I still think David Connor is going to compete at that right tackle position. So regardless of who we bring in, we're going to have Benson. I think that's going to be competing at the right tackle. We do have Savion Washington. I know he didn't have the best year, but before his ankle injury, guys, weeks 1 through 5, he performed a lot better. Only gave up 6 pressures in those first 5 games. Gave up 14 in his last 5 games. So, he was playing on one leg for half this year, and sadly, a one-legged Savion Washington was better than anything else we could have thrown at tackle, over at right tackle. I mean, we saw the 30 snaps of Isaiah Jada. We saw that whole experiment. So I'm not trying to say that Savion Washington is elite. Don't mix up my words here. But what I'm saying is I think he's got more room to grow, and he has better performance left in him. But I want to see us continue to bring in more guys to compete at this offensive line. I feel better than I felt about it a month ago, but we still got ways to go in terms of building an elite line and an elite line for this next year. Okay? But I want I want Shaq McCroy. No doubt about it. 365 pounds. Ray San saying, Benson, I love his mentality, and he a gym beast. Okay. And that's the thing. We also need guys with a new mentality. A guy that is going to throw in those eye pokes. A guy that's going to, finish off these piles at the end of plays. I like it. Caden Green, he's a guy that I want. But it just doesn't seem likely right now. Now, there is another Oklahoma offensive tackle that did hit the portal. I can't remember his name right now, but maybe we bring in somebody. I mean, I've been expecting us to at least bring in one sooner with Coach Lodeholt here now. Eric Morris. David, I have to tell you, your sound is so good that I can mute the sound and still hear you. I love that.
Did you show me?
I love that. Oh, yeah, I showed this off. Yeah. Like I said, you might be a visitor, but you're never a stranger here at Rawhide Media for you. New channel sponsor. Oh, man. But Stevie's saying, so far from these interviews, I take it you're talking about Colin's interviews on Life and Football. Go subscribe to him. These linemen are book smart, very impressed. And, again, guys, we got a real offensive line coach. Stop that. Sorry, we're just wild in here in the apartment tonight, guys. Okay. I'm just going to go for a few more minutes and I'm going to get out of here. So send me your questions if you guys are curious. Anything. Colorado related. Don't be asking me about my personal life. Okay. Hey, appreciate the love, Philip. On Deck Gaming, good to see you guys as always. Man, y'all are just cracking me up with these comments, man. But yeah, y'all let me know your thoughts, any comments. All right, yeah, we're gonna talk about the kicker. kicker. Black Rain, you might have seen my stream earlier today. I didn't mean to rain on everybody's parade. I liked how Mata played. I just want competition everywhere. Coach Hayes, what is going on? My man, I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know if you saw this, Coach Hayes, but we just lost somebody, an offensive lineman, Matthew Bedford from Indiana, out to Oregon. We'll have to see, but check this out. Check this out, Coach Hayes. I love it. Now, Coach Hayes, I gotta tease you a little bit because I synced up Rawhide's panel that I went on with you a little bit on Saturday night to my channel. Man, my comments, I got thrashed, man. I got absolutely thrashed. Everyone's like, Dave, man, you can't have Coach Hayes on your channel. Dave, you can't be doing that. Coach Hayes. I didn't realize it, man. Last time I remember Coach Hayes is you picked this Buffs team this year to go 6-6. That's the same amount of games that DNVR, Ryan Konigsberg, and Jake picked the Buffs to be at as well. Might you have some different opinions? Sure. But any guy who picked the Buffs to win more games than what Vegas was predicting, I can't label a hater. Just can't label a hater, y'all. Man, you guys are cracking me up. Thanks so much, Coach Hayes. I believe that we'll be fine. A couple of hits, but it ain't over. I believe that is where he wanted to be. Hey, and clearly, that's where he wanted to be. And if he's getting paid more and significantly more, he should do that. Okay? I'm not going to tell a player that he should always take less money because if I was doing the same job, guys, if that's me or me in my job, I never take the lower amount of money to do the same job. I don't. Do you? So, I'm not too mad at Bedford. I'm only mad at him for posting it during Chidozi's commitment. Like, dude, what the hell? Why you got to ruin his moment or try to ruin his moment? That's just BS, man. I don't like that. Okay? But any of you guys mad at Bedford for leaving? Tell me the last time you turned down a higher offer job to do the same thing. I'm not too mad at him. I know, man. Everybody needs a villain. Hashtag bad guy. I guess I just need some more heels. And we'll have to see, Black Rain, with what happens with Jordan Seaton. I mean, anything can happen. I do feel really good about him signing, obviously. If he were to go back on this whole media tour that he did on the Rich Eisen show and Fox Sports and all that, that would be a first. I mean, that'd be worse than LeBron James doing the whole thing of I'm taking my talents to Miami right there, Cleveland. I just don't see that happening. But this is college football. There are no rules. This is the Wild West out here, and it's a money game. It's a performance game, and there are no feelings involved. It is ruthless and it is heartless. Hey, Dave, you can't stop true rays of the sun when it is shining bright, bro. Hey, I love that. And guys, we're still looking up here, okay? We'll just have to see what direction we move forward in now. Y'all hit that like and consider subscribing, by the way. Just heard Coach Prime has a big surprise for us. What do you think? Well, Coach Prime has a track record of some National Signing Day surprises, so maybe we'll get one. I would think so. That's what history tells us, okay? And usually the best predictor of the future is, what you're looking at historically. Historically, Coach Prime has always made noise on early National Signing Day and National Signing Day. So, is it going to be Charles Lester III? I don't really think so. But I would be thrilled to be wrong with that. I think we're going to get some more trench guys. Again, Jordan Seaton's our only offensive line commit right now. If we can get somebody like McCroy or get one of these impact defensive linemen, there's still a top 10 or so defensive linemen in this high school class that is crystal ball to Oregon right now. I can't remember, but he is not committed. So we'll just have to think. I think it might be more left field than CL3. And, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, Boo Carter would be amazing, right? I would love to have Boo Carter out here. Maybe KJ Bolden from Buford, right? Some people have thrown around his name. I think he's crystal balled right now to Georgia, but is committed to Florida State. So that kind of seems like it's a little up in the air. Maybe there's an opportunity for us to wiggle in there, make a nice CU pitch, see him flip over here, right? But I would like to still see, some guys in the trenches. Could it be a quarterback of the future? I guess. I haven't really been looking too much at this year's class, though. I don't really know any of the big names, honestly, outside of Dylan Raiola. So I've been looking at 25 a little bit more, as I'm sure some of you guys have. So this whole thing's going to be interesting, but I'm glad that we can put to bed the narratives that Coach Prime can't recruit the lines. Again, the guys that we're getting, they're a better athlete. They're a better physical prototype than what we've had this past season and the season before by a wide margin. And now we're starting to get some guys that are at least Power 5 starters. We didn't bring in any Power 5 starters last year on the lines. We didn't. If I remember correctly, yeah, we didn't. I guess, even the guy from Michigan that ended up going to Arizona, he was a rotational player at Michigan. So, I guess Jordan Dominic was a starter at Arkansas. So, right? Because he was like third in the SEC in sacks. So outside of that, we haven't. We're bringing in more this year, and that's wonderful. Things are looking up, guys. Bryce Underwood would be a wonderful surprise. We need to get more guys in the trenches. I have been of the belief, like, hey, would a Bryce Underwood commitment be amazing? Reclassifying so we can just chill next year, learn behind Shador, do the Quinn Ewers thing. Yes. But someone brought to my attention, or maybe a few of y'all, that Bryce Underwood is a summer birthday. He just turned 16 this past summer. It might be a lot to ask from him to leave home and start his college career like a month after turning 17. I don't know. And as much as I love to have guys here early and all of that, there's a part of me that's like, well, just enjoy being a kid for a little bit longer, right? But, that's not how they do it in soccer over in like Europe or whatever, right? You go pro at like 15, 16. Macho Man saying Bedford ride the bench at Oregon. We're going to have to see because they're bringing back, I believe they're bringing back their right tackle from this past year. And, maybe he competes on another spot of the line. But, he just turned 16. So he's pretty young. But Reginald, I like this. You never play all your trump cards at one time. Yeah, that's right. You got to keep some cards close to the vest or chest. What's the saying? Y'all hit that like button. But we're getting the dogs, guys. Chidozie Nwankwo. This guy's, I think he was ranked on PFF like the 168th interior defensive lineman. This guy's a Power 5 starter, Big 12 starter. Ideally, do you want guys 295 pounds? I've had this debate with y'all before. In the trenches? No, but there are exceptions to the rule. Now, Aaron Donald is one of those exceptions in the NFL, which is interesting. I'm not saying Chidozie is that type of caliber player as Aaron Donald, not to that level, but he's a guy that plays much bigger than his size. So if we're able to pair him with somebody like Chris McClellan, hopefully he commits tomorrow. If we're able to pair him like, let's say, Anquin Barnes, okay, who essentially hasn't played any snaps at Alabama these first 2 years, if he's able to get on the field and be a rotational player for us, productive player for us, having a guy that's 315 pounds or McClellan 325 pounds next to somebody like Chidozie is going to be really impactful. And yes, this Florida State linebacker, I think his last name is Lundy. DJ Lundy, is that his name? I talked about him earlier this afternoon, so y'all go check him out. We're just gonna have to see. I would love for us to get some big linebacker commits. I'd even look at I need to refresh myself on the high school guys that are available as well, because maybe that's a flip. Maybe that's a surprise. Ben Warren talking about King Joseph Edwards has his commitment tomorrow. That would be fantastic if we're still able to get somebody of his caliber. Again, a Georgia guy, a 4-star rated guy, highly recruited. We'll see. Are we able to make up a little bit of ground with Nick Williams going off to Syracuse? We're just going to have to see. But at the end of the day, don't stress too much. Don't stretch too much. Guys, sometimes, man, it's hard for me to keep this thing going, talking while reading these comments, because y'all crack me up. Good to see you, Solid Gold. Surfer Boy, that's right, I still got us at 9 wins, baby. And some people want to call me a hater with that. But you would probably call me a fanboy, right? That I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I try to be as objective as I can, but, I'm still going to make predictions with my heart. That's just what you're going to get on this channel. You guys are cracking me up. Oh, man. Solid Gold, though. Please start that YouTube channel. Me and Rawhide will watch. That's really all that matters. The big one. I like this. Morgan Pearson. Yes. Victory Johnson. Another beast of an athlete. Is he a couple years away or another year away from being ready? We're just going to have to see. But Morgan Pearson, he's a guy in the past that I think might have gotten in in typical years at CU, and probably would be penciled in as that starter coming in for his sophomore year. He's a big-time athlete. The competition, I think, will continue to be improved. The depth in that room will be improved. I think we need a whole makeover right now at the linebacker position for the most part. We need to bring in guys better than who we were rolling out there this past year. But I would love to see a guy like Victory Johnson or Morgan Pearson make that jump. Again, Morgan Pearson, speedy linebacker, played wide receiver, high school football in Oklahoma, as well as inside linebacker. And maybe Kofi Barracks-Taylor. Where's Kofi Taylor Barracks? Kofi Barracks-Taylor. I believe that's it. So, he's a little bit of an older guy coming over here from London. I think he's had some years post whatever their version of high school is to train and get ready. So he's a guy that, similar to BYU or Utah, they got those gray shirt guys. Sometimes they got those 24, 25-year-olds playing for them on the line or on defense. Kofi Barracks-Taylor, a guy that will be an older college player, and maybe he takes that leap. We got some raw athletes in the linebacker room, but none of those guys were going to be ready to step on the field and have that pressure put on their shoulders their true freshman year. Man, you're cracking me up, man. All right, guys. Also, the Oregon State linebacker that was killing us is in the portal. I don't remember him, but if he was killing us, we definitely need him. Oh, Christopher coming in here. What position is the lineman from Jackson State that transferred last year but was ineligible? I think you're talking about Tyler Brown. So he will play either center or guard. Right now I have him playing center, so we'll just have to see. But right now, this is a good sign, Christopher. We could kind of tell from March on who was going to be the starting lineman on this line last year. Outside of like Tyler Johnson, and I'm assuming Jordan Seaton is going to play as a 5-star plus rated freshman. I don't know who's taking the rest of these 3 spots. I would imagine Mayers is going to be a guy that's favored to do it, but again, we got a lot of guys. Florida transfer David Connor. He was out this year because he tore his tricep. He's a guy that can play tackle or kick inside, in my opinion. And Savion Washington, I don't think was as bad as he wasn't the worst offensive lineman on here. And again, he was playing half the year very injured. And I think he's better than what he put on tape this past year. We'll just have to see. Benson, he's an interesting guy because I wonder if he'll kick inside because he graded really well in the run blocking game. I've said this before, and again, this is just we understand that these guys still got things to work on. Benson was the worst graded tackle or offensive lineman in the Big Ten this past year in pass protection, like significantly. I think he was rated somewhere around like a 45, which is substantially lower than any of the guys that we played on the line this past year for us. So that is something that I'm hoping Benson can correct. I'm not an offensive line genius or analyst or anything like that. So if y'all take a look at his game and can identify, hey, what does he need to work on to solve that? I would love to know. But he brings the ability to help us become a better run blocking line. But I am a little concerned about why that pass protection number is so low. All that to say, we have a better line than we had this past year, but we still got ways to go to become elite. That's how I feel right now. I hope I am proven wrong. But again, guys, if we can just get to ranked within the top 60 or 50 for offensive line performance, this offense is going to feel like it's humming compared to this past year. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate you very much. Oh, let me get to this comment before I go from Mike. you have to give it to Rule for landing 2 Elite 11 quarterbacks. That's right. The other 4-star guy still committed as well. Plus, others waiting to announce signing day, a bowl game next year. That's the hope for both of us, Mike. Nebraska and Colorado will be a good game next year. Yes, thank you for your constant support. And, I hate the Huskers. I hate to see them do anything that's good, but there's a 1% sliver, Mike, that, where I'm able to be happy for you. That's really it. So it's going to be fun to see the quarterback battles moving forward again. And if Matt Rule had a decent quarterback, or just had anybody at quarterback that was just close to average, I think y'all are in a bowl game this past year. So, yeah. But at the end of the day, guys, like, we're bringing in better athletes. We're continuing to upgrade the type of player that we're bringing in here. Still, I mean, it's nice that we are bringing in some players on these lines that show Power 5 production, that show Power 5 success already. We are bringing in some guys from the Power 5 level, like LSU or Alabama, guys that haven't had really any production at all, or guys that still come over here being a Power 5 player, Power 5 starter, but have some holes in their game or weaknesses that they need to improve. Luckily in college, you can take those jumps pretty quickly. Your second to third year is usually a pretty big jump. Can Benson take that jump? I hope so. Can somebody like Wiggins or Barnes take that jump? I sure hope so. I would prefer to get these guys that have been in a college program as successful as Alabama or LSU has over the last few years, understand the culture, develop that body. I would much rather take a chance and use a scholarship spot on somebody like that, somebody who was a top 50 player in high school 2 years ago, versus bringing in an 86 rated 3-star at the same position that's bringing a 17-year-old body over here instead of a 20-year-old body. So I like how this roster is coming together. Now it's about improving. Now it's about the coaching doing their job to develop these guys. Now it's about these guys coming out here to put that extra work in. It is up to them. So we're going to have to see. At the end of the day, this is a very successful recruiting period so far. To be at 21 right now, I think ranked overall is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. At the end of the day, we're looking in for a we're going to get a top 20 class this year. And you know what? If we don't sing the fight song, it's okay. I like the fight song. I wish we would sing it, but it's not affecting wins and losses. That's what I care about the most. So, all right, guys, I'm getting out of here. I'll be back tomorrow. Let me know if you're watching the replay. Do I sound more professional? Do I sound better? Again, and one last shout out to Rawhide Media for you. Absolutely love this. So I will see you guys later. I'll be back tomorrow. And as always, Sko Bus.